This is interesting. I did not realize there was a live function on YouTube. I wonder if you guys can hear me clearly. Jesus Christ, it's cold. Ooh. Welcome to live chat. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Well, this is interesting. I did not realize that there was a live function here. Hopefully everyone's having a good day today. Someone joins, someone goes. But believe it or not, guys, I've been neglecting my garden a little bit. It's been cold lately. It's been very cold lately. Oh, hello, Amy. YouTube just added this live stream function thing. I'm like, what is this about? You're probably at home right now, aren't you? Oh, it's way too cold lately. My whole garden is like dead. I was gonna record a video today, but it's way too cold, so I'm like, they just added this live stream function thing, and I just figured I'd just play around with it a little bit, see how it is. But like half my garden is dead, so I gotta clean up a lot of stuff anyways too. Because yesterday, 2 days ago, a couple days ago, it was like 60 in the 60s. So, but surprisingly, if you look over here, ooh, where is it? Let me see if I can show you. I didn't plant anything in this container, but I got some radishes growing for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't put anything over there. Everything is dead though. All my stuff is dying. Like my dragon fruit are dead. My green onions are growing back though, even though those were dead from last summer. Wait, what are you guys doing right now anyways? Why are you guys, how did you guys even know I was I turned this thing on? Do you guys get notified? Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Because this thing is completely new, so I don't even know how it works. I don't even know if I have good connection outside the house, because I'm away from the internet. So is the quality pretty okay? Can you see everything just fine? I have my mic on with the wind guard, so that way you can hear it a little clearly. But if you look though, my Swiss charts are growing pretty well. Wait, can you see the Swiss charts? Ooh, there it is. These are my lettuces. I've cut them like 3 or 4 times already. My lettuces they just grow back over and over and over. I would harvest them probably like once every 2 weeks, and it just grows back. So like, hopefully they last long enough so that way hopefully the lettuces stay throughout the summer too. Visual is probably blurry because I'm using the front camera of my phone, so the quality is gonna be a little bit worse. But if I turn it to the back camera, then I have no clue what I'm seeing, you know? Because then I wouldn't know what people are typing, if people are typing, that is. But right now it says there's only one person in here, which is you guys. It said 3 a second ago. I guess this feature is new, so I'm not sure if people actually realize like how it is and stuff. But you see my cabbages though? Let me show you my cabbages real quick. They're getting very massive right now. So look at the size of these cabbages. Ooh. So inside it right now, the heads they're forming pretty well. So I think in about like 2 or 3 months though, I think all the heads will start forming. Then I'll be able to share some cabbages with you guys afterwards. But I haven't watered the cabbages at all. Like all the stuff in my garden, I haven't watered any of them. But I wasn't even harvesting a lot of my stuff too though. Like for the I had a bunch of radishes, the English radishes, they're like the small ones. I just left them in the garden and now they're like rotting. Get like this thing right here. So now there's a hole. But I figured, you know, if I just leave it in the garden, it'll probably just decompose and just add nutrients right back to the raised bed. So that's cool, you know. But it's probably wasted though, you know. I probably could have tried this and ate it. But the skin is kind of spicy. Skin is spicy, but I heard you can eat the leaves too, but I don't really want to try that. But I'm probably gonna start like sowing a bunch of seeds indoors soon. That way, when it does warm up, I'll be able to start planting everything again. But I don't know when it'll start warming up. It'll probably in like 1 or 2 weeks. That way, when it starts germinating again, when it starts germinating, I'll be able to just plant everything out, expand the backyard a little bit more. But gardening is like it's so peaceful compared to like everything that you have. Because you know when work gets busy, you start stressed out. But gardening just slows you down a little bit, you know. But I don't have any mosquitoes in my backyard, surprisingly. With all the, if you buy sage will. Oh, what's going on, guys? Sage will actually get rid of all your mosquito problems, surprisingly. So I bought, and sages, they're also perennial, so they'll come back like every single year. Anyways, so if you look right here, like this is my sage plant. See? So it's growing some something else at the bottom, but these should come back. These sage should be able to come back, and then I won't have any mosquito problems. They're dead right now, though. But then I have broccoli growing. I don't know how long broccoli takes to form the head, but I have 3 broccoli plants right now. Look, you see, right there. Those are my three broccoli plants. 1, 2, and 3. But they've been in the raised bed for like 4 months now. I think in my video when I started sowing my seeds, I don't really know how long it takes completely because I don't think they all fruit at once. They all fruit at different times because my lettuce took like 2-3 months before it even started producing any type of leaves, surprisingly. But once the lettuces started producing all the leaves, I've been harvesting them probably like every 2 weeks. The bottom leaves though, if I don't harvest the bottom leaves quick enough, they start to like turn brown. But if you just keep harvesting, you promote the growth, which is kind of cool. because it's like it's always giving. Now, I'm pretty sure lettuces will probably die out in the summer once it gets like really really hot. But for now though, I just come back here and just, get some lettuce and get some fresh salad every single day or every other week. Saves you money because everything's so expensive nowadays. But then my banana tree completely died. I had them right here. So this thing right here was the banana tree. I probably should have brought it indoors when we had that winter freeze recently. But we don't really get a lot of winter freeze very often. But when it happened, I think we had it frozen, remember, for like 3 days. It killed this. It killed my lemon. This is the mulberry. I don't know if those. I don't know if that will come back alive or not either though. But this year though, I'm gonna be going to a Home Depot later. I'm gonna build like an arch. What's it called? An arch, and build like those string beans. That way, when it grows, it climbs up and it starts hanging down. I think that would be fun. And those produce a lot of fruits too. Oh look, this is what I'm talking about. This is another one. I just left the radishes in here, and I'm pretty sure it like just decomposes and it just provides a lot of nutrients back to my plants. But I'll probably have to start adding fertilizers and stuff like that back into it. I was planting like, I tried planting okra, because I was told okra survives pretty well in the wintertime, but that didn't work. I had like 5 of them growing pretty well initially, but then like they all just like died. But the weeds are starting to come back too, so I'll probably have to put down a lot of Spectricide pre-emergence again. I went and bought like probably 10 different kinds of tomatoes. So I want to grow like all kinds of different colors. Purple ones, like the purple ones look pretty cool. They grow to be pretty massive as well too. But I don't know how long all these greens will last. They should last pretty long, considering we'll probably stay cold for a little bit longer. Over here though, all my flowers are dead, but I thought perennials. I thought they'll be coming back by now, but they haven't came up. Oh yeah, you guys have like that 2 cherry plants. It just produces non-stop. Oh yeah, peppers. Peppers is another thing that I want to grow a lot this year. It's like sweet peppers. Because I didn't realize like that sweet peppers was a thing and everything. Oh, what's going on, Javier? Thank you for the compliment. If you like gardening, you should probably start pretty soon. Start sowing all your seeds indoors while it's still cold outside, and then like after a week or 2, then you start putting them all out. I bought this tray to start sowing my stuff, but I made the mistake of leaving it outside, and it just it literally waterlogged everything. Oh, it's still full of water. Probably not ideal. I probably should have poured that out. I left my fertilizer outside, and I think that the squirrels came and started eating them, because they tore a hole in it right here, right in the middle. I will see you guys tomorrow. I actually don't know how this whole stream thing works, because I'm so introverted and I don't really like to go out and talk to a lot of people. But this should be fun though. Trying something new. Open up my personality a little bit. Hopefully meet new people. Well, connect with the audience. That's the goal, right? Now, I gotta clean up my tomato plants right here. So these are like, these have been dead for a long time. So once I throw all those away, I will probably have to re-fertilize it, add some more nutrients, some mushroom compost back into the soil. So that way it does provide nutrients when you start putting the seeds back in there tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, when it warms up again. I wish the YouTube streaming thing will actually show who's in there, who's in the stream or not. But I'm guessing everyone that's in the stream right now are wondering if they should start a garden or not. And my recommendation is anyone can start a garden. You can start small too as well. When I started gardening, I just had some small containers, and I didn't know crap about gardening, to be honest. But it's trial and error, really, when you start gardening. You know, you sow a bunch of seeds. A lot of stuff will probably die, but you know, the ones that actually survive, they will. It's pretty rewarding, to be honest. Every now and then, you just go outside, pick some fruits, bring them in. Surprisingly though, when you grow your own vegetables and fruits, they taste a lot better than the ones in the supermarket. Because I feel like all the fruits and the food in the supermarkets have all kinds of chemicals and pesticide nowadays, that the flavor completely changes. You know? So like when you're able to grow your own stuff and you're able to know what you put in your soil and everything, it tastes clean. Like recently, like last year when I had my first cucumber, it tasted very, very different than the cucumbers that I bought at the supermarket. Because like it's more watery if you actually grew some cucumbers, but like they're not all the same size either. The cucumbers, like I've had like circle ones, short ones, egg-shaped ones. So you know, it's not all uniform. So I'm pretty sure like when you buy the ones at the grocery store, they look, they just drop. They find the right shape, you know, because people always seem to buy stuff based off like the look of the fruit and the looks of the vegetable. And if it doesn't look good, you're probably gonna put it back. Because usually when I shop for fruits and vegetables, you know, whatever looks, if the shape doesn't look good, I'll probably put it back. But when you're growing your own stuff, you know, all your fruits come in all kinds of different shapes and sizes, but they all taste good though. You know, it's surprising. The taste is delicious. You know, it tastes clean. You know, hopefully the goal is to expand my whole backyard, so that way I can have tons of fruits all over the place. Now I have a lot of land back here, so hopefully, eventually I do have like a lot of mulch, like these bags of mulch back here. I don't want to walk too far because the internet might be terrible. I might look blurry. But like, if you see those bags all the way back there, those are mulch. You know, I always buy a bunch of mulch and just leave it there just in case, because you never know when you'll need them. But mulch are always useful though. You put them on top of all your soil. It holds the moisture. Now, during the wintertime, you don't really need mulch. During the wintertime, you don't really need any type of mulch to keep your soil to retain moisture. But during the summertime though, when the heat is like really, really hot and all your soil starts drying up like crazy, you need mulch to add like a layer of protection on top of your soil, just so that you don't have to water your plants as much. You don't have to water your garden as much, you know? Because like right now, in the winter season, I haven't watered my beds at all. Probably like 4 months now. Ever since I sold like all these stuff, like the lettuce, the broccoli, the Swiss chard, the cabbages, I've only watered them probably maybe the very first time when I actually sold them. I watered them the first time. After I just left it alone, and then now it's just flourishing. is green. These are more cabbage heads over here. I don't even remember planting some of these cabbage heads, to be honest, but they still pop up out of nowhere. Like, I'm pretty sure the radishes that I got over there, I have squirrels back here, and sometimes the squirrels come and they play in the dirt, and they dig up stuff and they just move them around. So I'm pretty sure the squirrels help. I don't know if squirrels can help pollinate just like birds do sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? But hopefully, eventually, my broccolis start growing, my cabbages. I think once the heads actually bloom, or if the cabbage heads form, that would be fantastic, because I've never really seen how big they can get, to be honest. How's everyone doing today, anyways? Is it cold where you guys are at? Because I'm over here in this southeast region of the United States, and it got surprisingly cold out of nowhere. Because yesterday it was like 60 degrees. The day before that it was like 65 degrees, and I thought, Saturday hopefully it warms up. If the weather was continue to be the same, I'd be to do some more gardening, some cleaning up and everything, record some more videos. But it got really cold today. It's windy too. So I'm just curious where you guys are at and how the weather is on your end. Now, do any of you guys have your own garden at the moment, or have you guys started gardening? I'm pretty sure a lot of people, like my channel is all about beginner gardening, and like how just learning the whole process, just to show you guys how it is step by step from when I started to what I have currently. Because initially, look at my video way back from when I first started the YouTube channel, I had like nothing back here. I probably had like a couple small containers. At that time, my fiance was like, what are you even doing? Like, are you even gonna stick with this? Is anything gonna grow? Do you even know how to garden? And I was just like, I wanted to prove her wrong initially. But afterwards, though, I think it just became a great hobby. It helps you slow down in life a little bit, because every single day, gardening requires a lot of patience. I'll tell you that, because like you have to wait. You can't rush anything. You can't really rush gardening. So it's like bodybuilding, to be honest. Like when I go to the gym every single day, you don't get results instantly. You gotta stay active. You gotta stay at it. You gotta be dedicated, motivated, and then the more you go to the gym and everything, eventually you start seeing the results. Weeks, like 4, 5, 6 weeks down the road, months down the road, you start seeing the results, and then you start to feel, proud of yourself for putting in the effort. I think it's the same thing with gardening too. When you garden, like, you don't see anything happen initially. You start sowing all your seeds. It takes weeks for it to germinate, and then like out of nowhere, after like a couple weeks to like a month, and you start seeing the sprouts come up. It's a good feeling, because like you know that you are putting in the effort, and then eventually, once you do get a lot of fruits and such, you start to feel you're rewarded with your effort. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. Gardening is not cheap, to be honest. You know, you got to come out here. You got to check on your plants. You got to check on the pests, deers. I have deers in my backyard every now and then too, that they'll come by. I remember when I bought like a bunch of cucumber plants initially, like 6. And then like the first night I left it outside, excuse me, deers came by like overnight and like ate probably half of them. So I ended up only having 3. But like with those three cucumber plants, they still grew. I was still able to get like a couple fruits out of it. But I wasn't able to get much afterwards though. But like garlic balls. Surprisingly, deers don't like garlic at all. I don't think deers like anything that's like has a strong flavor. Deers don't like anything like the smell of garlic is very powerful. It is a great detergent for deers, and I think squirrels too. I think squirrels don't really like the smell of garlic. And then recently I found out that if you can use coffee grounds, so anything that have a strong smell basically can deter a lot of different animals in your backyard. And I found that you can use coffee grounds as a fertilizer. You know, well, you want like the natural coffee. You don't want anything that's too acidic. That could cause a lot of root damages to your plants. Streaming does seem I don't know how the streaming thing is. The streaming thing is new. This is my very first time I've ever gone on live stream, to be honest. But hopefully I can connect with you guys a little bit more. Meet more people that's in the that wants to start gardening, you know? And that way, you know, the goal is to that way we all just learn to garden together, learn how to grow things, and just share the results. I want to be able to show you guys like what is growing in my backyard, and hopefully maybe you guys can start too. Even if you have a small space, you don't need like a lot of land. You know, gardening could be rewarding with just a small little container. You know, like I have a couple of buddies who will have like a little balcony in their apartment, and they had like a bunch of little containers that they just put back there, and they're able to grow a lot of stuff too. You can attract pollinators as well by having like some flowers around, and just grow a little bit, just grow a little bit. You know, herbs are very easy to grow in a small space. You can actually grow those indoors too. Green onions. Green onions is probably one of the easiest things to grow because all it takes is a cup of water. You can buy green onions from the grocery store, cut off the heads, just put it in a cup of water, and they'll grow non-stop. But you can put them outside too, and they'll grow non-stop with very little effort. Like, and they grow fast. You know, green onions grow like they have that saying that green onions grow like weed, because like I think in a span of like 5 to 7 days, they probably grow like a good 6 to 7 inches where you can just harvest them and start using them right away too. But I think green onions is probably one of the easiest things to grow. Tomatoes is probably another easy thing to grow. Starter stuff, you know, if you are looking to just start gardening and just like play around with something that doesn't take a lot of effort, that won't die as much as well, you can get tomatoes, cucumbers, green onions. I think tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers. Yeah, tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. That would be the trifecta that I would recommend just trying out. You know, because tomatoes they produce a lot, and they don't take a lot of effort too. As long as like if you're gardening in a container, you know your biggest concern is just drainage. You want to have good drainage in your containers, because so like I have like for example like with these containers right here at the bottom there's like you can see a little notch right there, and the notch is where like they have extra holes at the bottom for the drainage. So too much water will kill your garden, but not enough water will also kill your garden. So that's the one thing that, so like if you are putting soil into your containers, you can also put a layer of gravel or dirt, or yeah, a little bit of layer of rocks or gravel at the very bottom. That way when you are watering your plants and such, the water can drain through those rocks and into the holes, and that way you don't get any type of root rot. Root rot will kill a lot of your stuff, to be honest. I've had like I've had a lot of my plants die to root rot, and it's just because like you need good drainage and a good size of like a container too, because your plant can only grow as much as the nutrients that it can absorb. So if your containers are not big enough and it's like kind of small, like for example like this little thing right here, like this size, this is a small container. you know? So like your plant is limited because the roots can only absorb so much. So like as you plant bigger things, you want bigger pots. And with bigger pots, the roots can spread out a little bit more. But yeah, I can't see who the one person is in here, but I appreciate you sticking around and just listening to me ramble and everything. It is getting way too cold. I think currently it's like 48 degrees at the moment right now, and it's really windy. So hopefully once it warms up in a couple of days, I'll make a video about cleaning out all my dead plants, and then what you can do to amend your soil, because you want to add soil back to your, you want to add nutrients back to your soil, because over time as you grow stuff, it takes everything out of it, like the nitrogen and such. So when you start preparing all your containers again for new crops, you got to add everything back. So most likely what I'm going to be doing anyways is I'm going to add mushroom compost. Mushroom compost is probably like one of the best things that I've used to grow a lot of my stuff, just because like it's like good microorganisms. I think that's what it's called. You want to make a good ecosystem for your plants. And then mushroom is just like it's a great fungi, because like surprisingly the network of fungi, it actually connects to your roots of your plants, and they actually share nutrients with each other. So like let's say like for example, just for example, like I'll take this container right here. Let's say I have like mushrooms growing over here, but I planted my tomato plant over here, right? Over time, the network of the mushrooms, they travel over to the roots of your plant over here, and they start providing nutrients to each other. And it actually helps your plant grow a little bit more. So when you see mushrooms growing in your garden beds, don't freak out. That's actually a good sign. So I think that's something that most people don't really know about. They see mushrooms and they're like, "What is going on? I think my garden is infected or has a disease." But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Oh, if you look in here, I have something grown in here, but I don't know what though. I have no clue what's growing in there. But they are popping up, so I'm assuming it could be a weed. It's probably a weed. Right now, my backyard has a lot of weed. And I'll probably have to spray it with some type of like weed killer. But I try to avoid weed killer just because I don't want the soil in my backyard to be bad, you know? But once it starts growing again, or once I start expanding the garden, I don't think I'll have to worry about the weeds very much, because then it'll just, I have mulch all over the place, mulch and garden beds. You know, the goal is, so right now I only have 2 garden beds, 1, 2, those 2. So eventually I want to add like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 garden beds in total back here. But you know, it just takes time. I think once it warms up, I'll be able to add some more garden beds, and then I'll throw mulch all over the place. Now, you don't have to kill all the grass. You know, you don't have to pick them all out. You know, like people all say, oh, if you want to have garden beds, you got to till all the grass out and take all the weeds. You can actually just put a layer of cardboard on top of it. Just add cardboard on top of the grass, cover it up with a layer of mulch, and the cardboard actually it suffocates all the grass underneath, and it'll slowly kill it out, and you don't have to worry about it at all. Like I have a video on my channel where like how I made these 2 beds. I actually just put cardboard under it, and you can get cardboard for free. If you go to your local USPS store, you can get those shipping cardboard boxes, and they're free, and they are biodegradable. The ink on them too as well is they're good ink. I forgot exactly what type of ink it is, but they're good ink where it won't cause any type of chemical harms to your soil. So that way, when you put the beds on top and you start planting stuff in there, the roots will actually just go down, and the cardboard would decompose over time. You know, if I check the beds now underneath all those mulch, I don't think the cardboard would be there anymore. Yeah. If any of you guys, there's two people in this live stream, so how you doing, guys? Have you guys started gardening at all or anything? Or do you guys have your own garden? Because you know, I am new to gardening. Well, new as of last year. You know, I think last year was my first season trying to attempting to garden and learning like all the ways I've failed, all the mistakes I've made, you know. And then this year, hopefully, I will have a lot more growth, a lot more yield by not making the same mistakes I made last year, like not not providing enough fertilizer, not watering the proper amount, making sure my containers have the proper drainage, and I'm gonna try something. There was a technique I saw for gardening where you can actually just stuff a lot of different type of plants together, a lot of different crops together, and they actually help each other thrive, rather than like spacing everything so far apart. You know, some people prefer to have like a lot of space in between on all their on everything they're growing. But I saw a lot of people where they just plant the stuff very close together, and it just makes your garden look a lot more full. You know, and the goal is to have a full looking garden. You know, that's like it's beautiful. It might sound cheesy or cliche, but I want to have like a massive garden in my backyard that's just like full of greens and flowers and butterflies, I guess. But it all takes time, right? No, you can't really have like a giant garden instantly. I mean, you can put out a lot of money and just do it all at once, but it's a process. I wanted to slowly expand it out and see how it all goes. But you know, this would be year two. Well, the second season of growing. I started last season kind of late though. I think I started in like the end of July, August. So the growing season was like halfway over already, anyways. So this year I'll be able to start early. Soon I'm going to be sowing a bunch of tomato plants. I think I bought like 8 different varieties of tomato plants this year, and that way I can make like a rainbow of tomatoes. And I want to make an arch for growing peas, the string peas, you know. So that way, when I think you can just use a couple different containers, line them up, you know, and buy one of those like those type of I forgot what they're called, but I know you can get them at Home Depot and just do a homemade rather than buying one for like hundreds of dollars. Homemade ones are always going to be a lot cheaper, but I think that would be fun too. That would make your garden look very nice. Now I've always wanted to try hydroponic gardening, you know, hydroponic or aeroponic, like either one. That they both seem very cool, but they both seem very expensive to set up too. So hope one day I'll probably make a room in my house for that. But for now, I'm gonna keep the garden outside. That way, I'm outdoors a little bit more. I don't have much going on anymore except my garlic. If I go too far, I might lose signal. But I have garlic growing way back there that I planted like 5 months ago, and I haven't watered them, but supposedly they're supposed to be ready by like July. So if I have garlic cloves, I think that would be very cool. I tried growing ginger as well. Ginger is also nice. You know, you can buy ginger roots from the store, cut them up into little pieces, and then you can just throw them out here. I tried growing potatoes, but I got like 5 potato sacks back here. Like, you see those 2 black sacks over there? Those were 2 potato sacks, and they unfortunately they died because of the winter freeze. I wonder if there's a way I can start a poll. Oh, here it is. what do I type? Do you want to start gardening? Yes. I This year I don't know how. So that's the first option. That's second option. Yes. There we go. Cool. I didn't know. So that's how you start a poll. This is cool. Over Eventually I want to try streaming more. I want to learn how to live stream the process. So, like later on, once I start having more growth and like maybe I'll stream like once a week on the weekends just to show you guys like what I'm doing, what I'm preparing, what is growing, what is not growing, and we can just learn from each other, you know. But I think that'll be it for today. This is just a first stream just to learn how this whole thing is. I appreciate everyone that has came by to say hello, and I'll see you guys again soon. But yeah, this is my garden. There's not much right now because it's cold. Like I don't know how people in the north live because like their summers are shorter, I believe, just because it's always cold up there. But I'm pretty sure that there has to be a way for them to start gardening, right? But like indoor gardening is not. You can do year-round gardening. I think year-round gardening would be fun to do. But it's not the same as like going outside, you know? I like going outdoors every single day, you know. I watched a video or a study recently that like people are more depressed lately because they don't go outside enough. Like the sun, people are lacking sun nowadays. And that just causes them to be unhappy. You know? So hopefully once the summer comes back, the sun comes out and people are able to go outside a little bit more. People are more happy, more energized. People are lacking vitamin D. You know, that's basically it. I didn't realize how important vitamin D was because like I remember a couple of weeks ago I would be so tired all the time. And I'm assuming it has to be because I'm lacking sunlight, you know. When working and we're always indoors. And when you're indoors all the time, and especially during the winter time too, it just gets really, it gets moody. Because it's cold outside, you get tired, you get lazy, you don't want to do anything. I was even like lacking motivation to go to the gym. And I was going to the gym like 6 days a week, you know? So it's like, you gotta stay motivated. You gotta constantly put in that effort to stay healthy. Because, you know, I think right now, like the biggest issue is that people don't, they don't, they don't try to notice like that they value their health. You know, they wait until it's too late for them to stay healthy, and then the cost of like to cure their illness or whatever it is expensive. You know, I, there's that term that people always say: it's always cheaper to prevent than to cure. I think that's a saying, and that's true. I can't remember the last time I got sick, just because I tried to stay active. You know, even if it's like 15 to 20 minutes a day, you know, any type of activity is good for your health, you know, your cardiovascular health. And then I'm trying to eat healthier too, like more veggies, more fruits, and water. I think not enough people drink water. You know, I think everyone seems to be afraid of water for some reason, but it's like water has a taste to it. Water is pretty good. I drink like a gallon and a half a day, but like on days where I don't drink enough water, I feel so tired, so groggy, and I just don't want to do anything. But like If you can remember to drink water every single day, that's already a big improvement to your health. Coffee doesn't count. Coffee actually dehydrates your body. You know, I think coffee is considered as a diuretic, I believe. So, with me drinking coffee twice a day, I have to drink a lot more water just to make up for it. So, if you're drinking coffee, make sure to add water to your diet too, so that way you don't dehydrate yourself. And then eat more fruits. Fruits are fantastic. They provide like oranges, strawberry, you know, pomelo. If you don't know what a pomelo is, I would recommend you search up what a pomelo is. It's like a grapefruit on steroids. Pomelos are probably one of my favorite fruits. Now most people don't really know what pomelo is. It's a giant orange. It's really fat orange, and it has like a little bitter taste to it. But if you can get, it's not an acquired taste. If you get used to it, you will love it. It's probably one of the healthiest fruits in the world. So go to your local Asian supermarket and try to find yourself a pomelo. You'll thank me later. Pomelo, star fruits are fantastic. Sweet potatoes, well, I guess you wouldn't count sweet potato as a fruit. But yeah, just add fruit to your diet, you know? And then you'll be healthier overall. You know, it's a good source of fiber too. People lack fiber nowadays. People lack water. People lack fruits. People lack veggies. I think it's mainly because they make vegetables and fruits and healthy food so expensive. You know, it's amazing how, it's surprising how like eating healthy is more expensive than eating unhealthy. Like you can go outside and get yourself a burger for like $3, $4, or $5, you know, but like to get good fruits and vegetables, it costs like twice or even 3 times as much. So, if you are able to start a garden, you can save yourself a lot of money and eat healthier. It's getting way too cold, so I'm gonna go inside now. You guys take care.